I'm Brock Jameson, and I'm accompanied by my co-host, Nick Poland. Welcome to the More Than a Game podcast. It's our mission to demonstrate how football is more than a game. Beyond the X's and O's, we plan to discuss how the game of football has an effect on our everyday lives. Nick and I have built a friendship with our common love for football. We want to share our ideas with the rest of the multimedia universe. All right, it's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I already got my tree up because I'm one of those people right when November hits, I'm all about Christmas. Christmas is a season and Thanksgiving's a day, but Thanksgiving's cool and all. Yeah.
I'm actually one of those people who likes Thanksgiving more than Christmas.
What? Wow. That's
I mean,
actually crazy.
Christmas has just become so secularized and it's so far removed from what the holiday is truly about, right? Which is the birth of Jesus.
You make good points. You make good points.
And but Thanksgiving is like one day where we all come together and we have a feast and we share what we're grateful for. And I think it has the right amount of buildup. I mean, you start thinking about it the week of, and beforehand, like you don't really think about it like crazy. But Christmas has such a buildup, all for that one day, and then the moment you wake up, December 26th, like it's supposedly all gone. And within the church, like that's when Christmas season truly begins.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, the celebration has just begun. So that's my reason.
Good points. Good points for sure. I gotta ask real quick, what's your go-to Thanksgiving side though? Like your go-to? Mine, it's gotta be a good stuffing. I go with stuffing all day, every day. You can't beat it.
I'm actually Mr. Stuffing. I've cooked it for the last two Thanksgivings in which I've been a part of. And I have a really awesome stuffing recipe. I'm very proud of it. I unfortunately won't be cooking any stuffing this year
Nope.
because you guys will find out how I'm choosing to spend my Thanksgiving when we get into the discussion of the Thanksgiving games. It's that time of year, too. You'll be hearing me cough all throughout this podcast. No shame about it.
Nope.
I'm
Nothing at
obviously a
all.
little congested, so
And that's
it's
we're
that
all
time of
going through
year.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
All
I've
right,
been going through
segment
it.
segment 1 is our kickoff. So, for today's podcast, we've changed up the order a little bit. We're going to review 3 games from last weekend. Then for our main topic, we mentioned that we were going to discuss division champions, but
Mhm.
after some games this weekend, that's the races have the potential to get really spicy. So, we're going to save that. We're just going to talk about football on Thanksgiving, what it means, where it comes from, and then we're going to preview the 3 games that are on Thanksgiving. After we preview the games, we're going to spend longer than usual on the college football side because this is a very important weekend. A lot of big rivalry games coming up. We're not going to go over the your best bets. We don't really expect a lot of people to be betting this weekend. We expect you to be spending your money on Black Friday shopping deals. So we're going to save the your best bets. But we'll continue with our scouting report. Since we're doing 3 games for the Thanksgiving portion, we're actually only going to pick 3 games that are going to be on Sunday. And that'll be more than enough for us to discuss on this Tuesday evening leading up to Thanksgiving.
Heck yeah.
All right, Nick, game 1. What do we got for the review?
Game 1, we got the Bills Texans. What a game. I kind of saw it coming. So I was like a few years ago when they played each other, it was very similar to this game. That Texans defense just knew how to handle Josh Allen, and they did it again. They were the better team from start to finish, and the Texans had some good plays, but it just wasn't enough. And just Davis Mills, who would have thought he's playing better than CJ Stroud this season? This
It's
guy,
true.
he might keep the starting job if he keeps winning games.
I mean,
So,
I am more scared of the Houston Texans with Davis Mills than the Houston Texans with CJ Stroud. The Chiefs have him on the schedule on Sunday night. I'd be more worried with Davis Mills under center.
yeah. I mean, well, Davis Mills had, okay, he didn't throw a lot of yards, but he threw 2 touchdowns, had no interceptions. 90% quarterback rating, which it's not great, but like he's not making mistakes. CJ Stroud was making mistakes, so Yeah, this Texans team, that defense, offense is doing just enough. Man, they're showing they're legit. They are legit. And this Bills team on the road, I mean, it's a concern if I'm a Buffalo fan because they just couldn't get it done yet again.
Yeah, they're 1-4 on the road.
Yeah,
Maybe 1-3. I don't know. I might be mixing them up with the Chiefs. Strange place for Chiefs fans to be in.
it
If you
is.
remember, we had to cheer for the Buffalo Bills to win this game in order for the Chiefs to have a better place in the wild card compared to the Houston Texans. You know it's bad for Chiefs fans when we have to cheer for Buffalo to win a game. I mean
Yeah.
that's how you know it's bad.
It just doesn't happen. It felt very odd, but yeah.
Josh Allen was sacked 8 times.
That's
He
that's
threw 2 interceptions. And there were 3 turnovers by Buffalo, 0 by Houston. I mean, that made all the difference in the game. And it wasn't a pick six. I think there was an interception, but it got called back. The pick six got called back, but it was still an interception.
mhm.
So that's what I was thinking of. Buffalo was 0-2 in the red zone. So Buffalo had it so many yards, but by going 0-2 in the red zone, you fail yourself there. The turnover battle is really what allowed Houston to win this game.
Yeah. I couldn't disagree at all. And they won by one possession, and yeah, winning that turnover battle by 3-0. Yeah, that's all you gotta do in the NFL most of the time. So I agree with you. That was the difference maker.
Houston was up 20-16 at half. Houston kicked a field goal in the third quarter. Buffalo kicked a field goal in the fourth, and those were the only points in the second half.
Yeah, it was a defensive game on both sides in that second half.
Matt Prater kicked a field goal with 5 minutes, 44 seconds left. And then Houston they got 4 plays. Punted, gave Buffalo the ball back. Then Josh Allen threw an interception with 2 minutes, 24 seconds remaining. He threw it at Houston's 22-yard line at 4th and 6th. So, I mean, they were getting close to scoring a touchdown. But
Yeah,
yeah, Josh Allen threw an interception, and you could say he blew it,
you can.
but it's just one game. So
I don't know about that though. It's not one game. Their road's bad. They got beat by the Miami Dolphins by double
I mean,
digits.
it's
So
just one game that he blew it. I mean,
that's
it's
that. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, he's still
Buffalo
one
is
of the
two
better
and three on the
quarterbacks.
road. The Houston Texans are 4-2 at home, 6-5 after that 0-3 start, which is just wild. But
Yeah,
they're getting back into it. You know, I said crank for the Houston Texans. I said they had the chance to get back in it.
you did. Look at him now.
Yep, both teams. Actually, I think Houston's not in the wild card spot, but Buffalo is the number 5 seed.
That's
But
correct.
both teams still have every single opportunity to make it to the playoffs this season. None of them are eliminated by that game.
Well, hang on. Buffalo's currently the 7th seed, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking at it right now.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Yep, and then the Chargers at 5. Yeah.
Gosh, Jacksonville, that is such a problem. That's
You've been
we're, we
you've
might
been saying it since that game, and sure enough, it's been a
it's
problem.
it's only become more of a problem. Like
Exactly.
if we don't get a playoff spot because of that Jacksonville tiebreaker, man, we are you know exactly what you're gonna be thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
If the Chiefs, sorry, I say we, but if the Chiefs
Yeah,
don't get a playoff spot because of that Jacksonville tiebreaker, yeah, we need the divisional opponents to take them down.
absolutely.
But it's like, do we want them to beat Denver? And it's like, no, we don't, because we want them to get out of this thing.
Yeah, it's well, I don't know yet because here's the thing. That's a few weeks away. There's a small part of me that still wants a division to win the division, which is slim right now, but things can change. You never know.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that, but
Later.
we got to get back on topic.
Next
The
game.
next game, the Chicago Bears, leading the AFC North in a technical sense, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-28. Pittsburgh Steelers have only beat the Chicago Bears in Chicago one time in franchise history. And they were talking about that with Bill Cowher on the NFL on CBS. And, Some traditions never die. So, yep, the Pittsburgh Steelers have only beat the Chicago Bears once in Chicago. It was in 1995, the year they went to the Super Bowl to face the Dallas Cowboys. It was 21-17 at half. Pittsburgh was leading, and it looked really good for them. Then Chicago scores one touchdown to make it 24-21. And then both teams score a touchdown in the fourth quarter, which means Chicago maintains that 3-point lead, 31-28.
Heck yeah. And it's Mason
Mason
Rudolph.
Rudolph, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he played a very average game. What, 171 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Not horrible, but not great either. But Caleb Williams, on the other hand, throwing 3 touchdowns. What was so good about this game is he wasn't throwing it to one guy. He was giving the football to Moore, to Loveland, to Burden. Like he was giving it to everybody. Everybody was getting a piece of the pie today. And I'm telling you, a few weeks ago I thought the Bears were legit, and that's the way it seems.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams definitely took his growing pains last year, and one of the underrated stories this year in the NFL is his success and how much success he's brought to this team. And he had 239 yards, threw for 3 touchdowns, was obviously a better quarterback than Mason Rudolph. And, in the NFL, usually like good quarterback play is going to get you a victory.
Especially in today's NFL. It's a passing
Yeah.
league, so yeah.
The Steelers have a wonderful roster, and didn't they recover a fumble in the end zone, I believe?
Yeah, they did. They did. It was TJ Watt, and TJ Watt
Forced it.
and on that sack, he it's got to be mentioned, he broke JJ Watt's all-time sack record, his brother. So that's a
Yeah.
play. That's a play he'll remember for sure.
How can you forget?
You can't.
2 turnovers committed by both teams. Pittsburgh really won the stat line. Pittsburgh had more yards, more first downs, better third down conversion. Both teams converted 1 fourth down. Pittsburgh won the time of possession, but Chicago's drives ended in more points. And that's why Chicago won the game. I mean, it really was that touchdown in the third
Yeah.
quarter that made all the difference.
Yep, I agree 100%.
DJ Moore had a 25-yard pass from Caleb Williams. In the last game that we decided to cover, doesn't happen very often, but the Cleveland Browns defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 24-10 behind 3 sacks from Myles Garrett, and Shedeur Sanders makes his first NFL start.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. Shedeur Sanders looked decent. He had an interception, but he played okay, and I don't know, I'm a little surprised he wasn't a little more mobile, just because you think of the Sanders family, you think of just freak athletes, and it's like, nah, he really wasn't mobile. He was more of just a pocket passer, but it was a decent first start for Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have that agility like prime time.
Yeah.
But, you saw Dion in the crowd with the cowboy hat supporting his son like a good father does. I think he does a good job of being very supportive and not injecting himself, into what's going on with the Cleveland Browns and whether or
Yes.
not they choose to play him. He's been very good about that. Shedeur Sanders has waited patiently. And, when you ask yourself, has Shedeur Sanders earned the right to start again? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I mean, why would you put Dylan Gabriel back in there?
You don't. You just don't. And I'm sorry, a lot of people might disagree with me on this, but as an NFL fan base, you have to give your fans what they want. Like, they're buying all the jerseys, merchandise, and tickets. They want Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is your franchise quarterback. If it works out. He's an experiment right now, but yeah, you start him again.
Yeah, no, they obviously believe in him. Myles Garrett, 3 sacks, needs 4.5 more to break the single season record of 22.5 by Michael Harrison, I believe, holds that record.
Yep.
And he's obviously on pace to break it. He had 5 sacks 2 weeks ago. I think he had 4 sacks last game, 3 sacks this game. I don't know why no one would give up a first-round draft pick for that guy. I'd give up 2, honestly.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. number one overall pick in 2017 out of Texas A&M. I'm sure he's won Defensive Player of the Year before, but if this guy breaks the all-time sack record, I would just give him the NFL MVP award. I'm it's no surprise that it's not very valuable because your team obviously doesn't have
Mhm.
a very good record, but he he's just playing so impressively. Like, no one's talking about it. No one's
Nobody.
talking about it because his team's 3-8. And maybe that's why he's getting all these sacks because, the team's getting blown out and he just has every opportunity to get single teamed and just dominate the left tackle. I mean, that might be the case. Nobody
Well,
really knows.
I'll tell you what, with there being 6 games left for the Browns, this is premature to say, but there's a chance he isn't just get the sack record, but demolishes it actually. There's a good chance he has another 3-4 sack game. And imagine if this dude like ends up with 25 sacks in a season. Imagine how insane that is. That's just
I mean, in
ridiculous.
today's passing league, it's about time somebody did it because, for every ball thrown, there's someone out there trying to rush.
Yeah.
So it honestly surprises me that it hasn't been broken sooner. But there's so much depth at pass rushing. So it surprises me that someone hasn't done it sooner, but I'd love to see him break that record, just destroy it. I know Michael Strahan is definitely losing sleep at night after how Miles Garrett's been performing.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
It does have to be said, it's a cool perspective to put. If you were to take the Cleveland Browns defense, which had 10 sacks on Sunday, man, by far the best defense in the league. But if you were to take the Cleveland Browns defense and combine it with the Cincinnati Bengals offense, and you had,
Unstoppable.
you had this all Ohio football team, that team's beating every team in the NFL.
Yeah, that would be the first team ever to go perfect 17-0 and win Super Bowl. There's
I
just
don't know about
I
that.
I mean,
But
you got
if
if
you
they
were
stay healthy, there's no way. This team, you're not scoring over 20 on them. You're not doing it, and you're not holding them to under 35. Like they would destroy everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you would need a really good defense to play against this team. If it was Browns defense, Bengals offense. Not that we have to go very far into it, but it's just such
No.
an interesting thing. It's just so interesting to consider.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to bring it up for discussion.
Of course.
All right, Shadur Sanders earned his second star. Quinshawn Judkins, the rookie from Ohio State. Ohio to Ohio. He's having a really good season. A good rookie season. I got 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. I wonder how well the Cleveland Brown fan base traveled to Vegas.
I'm not sure because I usually there's a lot of visiting fans in that stadium.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love a road trip to Vegas?
I was gonna say maybe a team that Vegas destroyed, but it hasn't happened this season.
Huh?
I was gonna jokingly say, "Oh, this team that they dominated," but it's like I can't think of anyone who they dominated in Allegiant Stadium. So,
Nobody.
all right,
Yeah.
now it's time to talk about a day that's associated with football for whatever reason. I think like Midwestern women all over the world are just like we watch football on Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
and for some reason it's like become this tradition. It's not like ever since the NFL's began, people just have been watching it on Thanksgiving. It's not like football makes Thanksgiving special, but a handful of years ago, a certain figure in the NFL named John Madden initiated the idea of playing football games on Thanksgiving Day. And it was from that moment onward that the tradition only grew. And, believe it or not, all 6 teams that play on Thanksgiving, they're gonna have a little crest with John Madden's face profile in order to, pay homage and to honor and respect the man, John Madden, who initiated football on Thanksgiving. And he also created the world famous turducken,
Mhm.
turkey, duck, chicken, all wrapped into one.
Yeah.
This is definitely a John Madden invention, and I I don't know where it started, but, There are two teams who play every day on Thanksgiving. It's always a home game. They host someone. Nick, what are those two teams?
The Detroit Lions for the early game, and then the Dallas Cowboys for the afternoon game. Yes, sir. That's how it is every year.
Oh, the Cowboys started their Thanksgiving tradition in 1966. Says the Lions started in 1934. A quick AI search is what it tells me. Yeah,
There you go.
so does Wikipedia.
I wonder, I kind of doubt it, but I wonder if there will ever be a day where the primetime game becomes fixed to another team hosting every year.
I doubt it since it's on
I do.
NBC.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, the annual John Madden Thanksgiving celebration was established in 2022 after he passed away. The MVP of each game receives a $10,000 donation from the NFL to a youth football program of their choice. Game used items from the three games are auctioned with proceeds benefiting the John Madden Foundation. Turkey legs are awarded to the MVPs of the Thanksgiving Day games. He would award a Turducken to the winning team. He called 20 Thanksgiving games as an analyst for CBS and Fox, which was central to his Thanksgiving Day legacy.
Heck yeah. Awesome poll there. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll kick it off with the first Thanksgiving Day game. It's the Detroit Lions in Ford Field are going to host the Green Bay Packers. The Detroit Lions are 7-4, and the Green Bay Packers, I believe, are 7-3-1. So the Green Bay Packers are leading them in the standings, but the Detroit Lions, they have a chance to right the wrong after that week one. I'm not gonna say like ass whooping, but I think they lost 24-6 or 24-9.
They did. It wasn't good. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it probably happens again just because Jared Goff can't win on Thanksgiving. He hasn't
They
done
beat
it.
Chicago last year.
Did they do it last year?
Yeah, Shabuzi
Oh,
performed at halftime, I remember.
that's
I
right.
was watching at my wife's grandmother's house, so I was watching it at my in-laws while I was cooking stuffing.
Okay. I forgot about that game. I know he was 0-3 in Thanksgiving games before that, so yeah, he did get one win. So he's 1-3, and it's just I'm not a big Packers believer. I think they're frauds, but honestly, the Lions aren't super great either. And yeah, it's just one of those divisional games. I just think the Packers are going to come on top.
I mean, you can't always pick the team you think is going to win, and like everybody just feels like Detroit's going to win based on how they've performed in the last 2 years.
Right.
But they've got this weird thing this year where if they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, like they really don't play a good game.
Yeah.
And I just have the feeling that that's going to happen on
I
Thursday.
think so. I think so. Bro, they beat the Giants in overtime, and in that game, like, I'm just gonna say this real quick. They were down, what was it, 17 points at one point of the game, and this team, they kind of put themselves in some holes every now and then. So yeah, I don't know if I feel too good about them against this Packers team on Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers 29-20.
Yeah, I'm just looking up. I think the score was 27-17 in the fourth after Jameis Winston's 33-yard touchdown reception from Gunnar Olszewski. So they were up 27-17 after that famous highlight from Jameis Winston. Gosh, I just really wish they could have won that game. And it
I
was 10
know.
points. No, Detroit found a way. And New York could have done a better job of closing the game out, let's be honest.
Yep.
And then what was really cool is Jahmyr Gibbs ran a 69-yard rush in overtime, but it didn't win the game because we can't forget that the other team has a chance to possess the ball. So,
Don't you know it?
I think Green Bay wins. Let's just go 20-16.
2016.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
Detroit won't score enough touchdowns because they'll go for it on 4th and goal.
Heck yeah.
Well, they'll go for it on 4th down and not get it. We're gonna go Ravens Bengals next because we obviously want to finish with Chiefs Cowboys
Of course we do.
for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons.
Next game, we're gonna go a little out of order because, like I said, the afternoon game we have a lot to talk about. One of us in particular. So we're gonna skip to the Sunday night football game. It's the NBC prime time. The Baltimore Ravens are facing the Cincinnati Bengals. If I'm not mistaken, the game is in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore. The Bengals are traveling.
And Joe Burrow, even though Cincinnati is 3-8 and honestly has no chance of making the postseason, Joe Burrow coming out for the love of the game, got to respect it, and he's going to make the start for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, it's going to make it a good game. Lamar Jackson versus Joe Burrow. These are the type of games. I feel like anytime you see these two play each other, it's always like
45-38.
Yeah, it's 45. You literally took the words out of my mouth. It's like upper 30s, lower 40s, and that's the final score every time. So I expect another one, an absolute thriller. And while the Bengals are pretty much just playing for pride for the most of it, the Ravens currently lead this division, so they have a lot to play for. And yeah, the Bengals might be playing spoiler.
Here's something to think about. This is Cincinnati's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is their Super Bowl. They don't have any other, as if I'm not mistaken, they don't have any other primetime games scheduled. Dude, they're scheduled to play the Miami Dolphins Sunday, December 21st on NBC.
That'll get flexed. That'll probably get flexed.
Their set is, I hope that gets flexed. Yeah, they don't have any other primetime game besides that one, which we all know is going to get flexed. So this really is their Super Bowl. You know, you'd love to think that Baltimore's going to go 12-5, win the rest of their games, but they're going to lose one. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the one game they lose, and then they win the other 5 after this one.
I don't know.
But Cincinnati sucks against Baltimore. They always score a lot of points, but they never can beat them.
Yeah, they can never beat them.
I don't think Joe Burrow, I don't know if he's ever beat Baltimore. I don't want to look it up, but I know he really, Joe Burrow, not good against Baltimore.
3-6 against Baltimore. Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought. Because it does feel like he loses almost every time.
Exactly.
It does.
But, and that's the thing, you've lost enough. This is the year when the luck runs short, right, Nick? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean.
This is the year they win. And these two teams got to play each other again. That game will be deeper in the postseason. Baltimore will need it. This is Cincinnati's Super Bowl. Joe Burrow's probably really excited to get back on the field because he loves the game of football, which is why he's coming back when his team's 3-8. So yeah. I'm sure T. Higgins is injured. That hasn't really stopped him in the past. I like Cincinnati. Hopefully, I'm just going to go ahead and say 41-38 Cincinnati.
41. See, you stole my score. I was going to say 41-38. I kid you not. That was actually my score prediction. And you took it, and I'm still going with it. 41-38. That's, all right. Man, that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Here, honey. It's okay. There you go. All righty.
All right, we got Elena joining us.
Yeah, we got my daughter joining us here. My wife's out, so I'm watching the kids, and yeah.
Is she going to see Wicked?
Yeah, she went to go see Wicked with her friend.
Yeah, I saw it Sunday night. I saw it Sunday night.
Is it any good?
Not as good as the first one.
See, I didn't like the first one. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought the first one was way better.
Okay. There you go, honey.
But this one's not bad.
Yeah.
Not terrible. It's weird. Between the two movies, like if I had to pick one of the movies to watch again, I would pick the first part.
The first one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't like.
Here you go.
I don't like how they finish part 2.
Part 2.
It's like all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's about to end. Like, they spend a lot of time building up to it, and then it just like finishes like abruptly, and you're kind of like, yeah, really not the buildup I was anticipating.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Alrighty. Back to football.
Nick's prediction 41-38.
Yeah.
Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth up in the booth calling this one for us. Good little Sunday Night Football broadcast.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. I think, Baltimore's going to lose one game, and this is just the game I would say Baltimore's going to lose.
That's fair.
I mean, their schedule.
They play the Patriots later on. I know that. That's
right after Cincinnati. But no, I just like Baltimore. That's all. So I guess they could lose to the Patriots too. They also play the Packers. But so maybe this is kind of a must-have game for Baltimore.
It
They're
is. It
they're
is.
probably not happy to they're probably
Get
not
Joe
happy to see
Burrow.
Burrow.
No,
But
no,
yeah, I just feel like Cincinnati's gonna win it. I'm picking all the underdogs in these games. All right. So we've saved the best for last.
absolutely.
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Texas Gunslinger, starts his first ever football game in Cowboy Stadium. Well, first ever as a Kansas City Chief. He definitely
Yeah.
played at Cowboy Stadium at Texas Tech.
He
But
did, and
yeah,
he threw like 7 it was like 6 or 7 touchdowns in that game. He was phenomenal.
it was against Baylor, and there were like 3 or 4 years when both those teams had high-powered offenses.
Yeah.
And they knew that it was gonna be a high-scoring game, so what they would do is they would bring both those teams to AT&T Stadium and just
Mhm.
call it the shootout. They painted that midfield, it was called the shootout.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Mahomes played in one of those games, threw, like, 7 touchdown passes, but they still lost.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. Texas Tech won that game 54 to
Did
35.
they now?
But they still went 5 and 7 on the season.
Yeah.
Mahomes was 30 for 46. He threw for 586 yards and 6 touchdowns.
The yards is probably more insane than the touchdowns, honestly. That is
Yeah, of
crazy.
course.
Wow.
Yep, that was his last game. Yep, that was his last game as a Texas Tech Red Raider before he entered the NFL draft and was drafted by the Kansas City
Yeah.
Chiefs.
He was at AT&T Stadium his rookie year on the sidelines. But he did not play that game.
Yep, this game was played at AT&T Stadium because I remember seeing it on television just for a brief moment. Terrence Williams from Baylor, that was a good player.
Yeah.
Um, so Patrick Mahomes and not the Red Raiders, but the Kansas City Chiefs come to Cowboy Stadium to play the Cowboys because it's a Thanksgiving tradition for the Cowboys to play Thanksgiving Day. They decided to host what many would consider to be the modern version of America's team in the Kansas City Chiefs. So this game, you could call it the battle for America's team.
You can.
Dallas Cowboys are 5-5-1. The Kansas City Chiefs are 6-5. Both teams have not had great seasons, but both teams had a double-digit comeback performance to make this game even more dramatic. The Kansas City Chiefs came back from 11 down against the Indianapolis Colts last Sunday in the fourth quarter, and the Dallas Cowboys came back from a 21-point deficit in the second half to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21. So, two teams, season on the line, going to be a very dramatic football game. You got that storyline for both the teams where they are. Patrick Mahomes from East Texas grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, so he's grown up watching the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving Day, just dreaming of the moment when he would have the chance to play on Thanksgiving Day. So he has that opportunity against his favorite team growing up. You know that Patrick Mahomes is going to put on a show in prime time.
You already know it. Mahomes, even though if he's not the guy that throws 4 touchdowns a game anymore, you just know it's going to happen this week. He definitely has had this game marked on his calendar since the schedule came out.
Yep. And Isaiah Pacheco coming back for the Chiefs. I tried to tell you, ever since Pacheco's been injured after Washington, the offense has not been the same. Never would anyone consider Pacheco to be the catalyst for the offense, but you have to you can't help but admit that the offense has not been the same without him.
You can say that, but
And I don't
when
want to
you put
believe it's true, but there's like this weird distorted version of me playing devil's advocate and saying, is Pacheco's absence the reason the Chiefs aren't doing well?
just don't expect him to get that much playing time coming back just because, I mean, Kareem Hunt played so well last week. He deserves to be that true running back one for this team. So,
Yeah, and Tony Romo brought it up, but you know why Kareem Hunt ran the ball 30 times? Because it was the conservative thing to do. It was the right thing to save your season. And
that's a fact.
Tony Romo says that since the Chiefs' season is really in a rough spot right now, you're going to see the Chiefs run the ball a lot more. And perfectly fine by me. I don't know how you can deny Kareem Hunt 30 carries, 103 yards. I don't know what's such an issue about that. Um,
Yeah, it's sure a difference from last week, that's for sure. Man.
yeah, don't bring it up.
No, no, yeah, we're moving on. It
um,
it was just yeah.
the Dallas Cowboys are wearing their classic uniforms. So not the white ones, but they have a real nice, crisp throwback uniform. Features a white helmet with a navy star, some navy jerseys, and some white pants. Oh, such beautiful, such clean, crisp uniforms that I love. And
Mhm.
the Kansas City Chiefs had to ruin my parade. They're not wearing their traditional road uniforms with the white jerseys and the red pants. Nope. The Kansas City Chiefs have to be different, and they're going to wear white pants and the white jersey. So they're doing that cold front uniforms. Um, the only reason I care so much to our listeners is because I'm actually going to be going to that game on Thursday.
Mhm. Heck yeah.
Bought a
That's a
ticket. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Mahomes, Kelsey, if they win, eating a turkey leg on Thanksgiving Day. And like I said previously, Mahomes has dreamed of this moment. Um, the Chiefs will only play in Cowboys Stadium once every 8 years. They played in 2017, but I didn't have the chance to go because I was actually in college. I was in seminary, to be exact, studying to be a Catholic priest. And the people at the seminary, they actually wouldn't let me. So I missed out. They lost that game. It was like 28-17. I don't remember
yeah, it
exactly.
was 28-17.
They lost that game, but I didn't get the chance to go. Would have been perfect. So ever since then, I was like, the next time the Chiefs go to Cowboy Stadium, I'm gonna try and go. And then it was like, oh my gosh, they're playing on Thanksgiving Day. I was like, I am going. I'm not gonna try and go. I'm not gonna try and go. I am gonna go, and
uh,
I gotta make it to one Chiefs game this season, and this is the one I'm going to.
heck yeah. That's one to go to, that's for sure. It's gonna be a shootout on both sides, so you're gonna see a lot of points. That's gonna be a fun one.
Absolutely. Hopefully, I don't watch the jumbotron too much. I'm sitting pretty high up. I'm
So
flying into
you've
Dallas.
been I know it wasn't a Chiefs game, but you've been to AT&T Stadium. I haven't. Is it like that when you're up high? Do you have to kind of be watching the jumbotron?
I mean, you can't help but watch it because it provides an amazing view.
Yeah,
So you can watch the game, but it's pretty small. So
yeah,
you end up just naturally looking up there.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair.
But I'm flying in and out of Dallas the day of. Flying from Phoenix, Arizona here, I'll leave 5:45 a.m. Land in Dallas, I'll Uber to AT&T Stadium. We'll see about grabbing something to eat. I don't really know. I'll Uber to AT&T Stadium and then I'll be there for as much as I can, soak up the atmosphere. Because when I went to AT&T Stadium the first time, I didn't have a chance to check it out. So I hope to get there a little early. Go on a tour and
Hmm.
soak up the 90s Cowboys glory a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and then after the game's over, my flight's at 10:30, but if the game ends up going into overtime, I'm not gonna leave early so that I get that flight.
yeah,
Because I actually have Black Friday off. It was recently announced that we have Black Friday off. So I actually get that day off. And so if I end up not making my flight because the game takes so long, I'll just have to fly back tomorrow. I'll
yeah,
have to fly back Friday the next day. That's how I'll have to spend my Black Friday.
yeah. That's all good. It's all good,
All right, it's
man.
time to make predictions.
Yeah, it's gonna be such a shootout because our corners can't cover their receivers, and they can't cover our receivers either. So I'm going high scoring here. I'm gonna say 45-40 Chiefs on Thanksgiving
No
Day.
way.
I just
No
Mahomes is gonna
way.
Mahomes wants, that's right, 45 points. That's 6 touchdowns by Mahomes and only one field goal by Harrison Butker. Mahomes he wants this game. He wants it. He is going to be playing lights out, but so are the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, we're not going to stop them. Yeah. I'm going 45-40. I like it.
I actually like the Chiefs secondary against them. I like Trent McDuffie, but yeah, you're right. Between CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, one of them will be open at all times.
Yeah.
Probably. Chiefs defense does really good at doing field goals instead of touchdowns. You know, they hunker down in the red zone. Um,
Yeah.
and I just think Quinnen Williams makes this interesting because the Cowboys have had a pass rush with him on the roster.
They have.
Without him, I'd feel really good about the Chiefs winning the game. Um, we just have to hope that, Trey Smith and the other left guard Kingsley, I mean, we just have to hope they can really keep him at bay.
Trey Smith is out this game, so
Hunter
yeah.
Norzad will probably play for him. Or no, probably Mike Caliendo.
Yeah, it'll be Caliendo probably. I know he stepped in last week when he went out, so yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
Well, I mean, a good thing we still got Kingsley and Josh Simmons back and Jawan Taylor to give us that 10-yard penalty we always need. I
Look,
mean,
okay,
we can't live without it. We can't live without it.
I'm gonna give him the pass for last week because I was real mad in the moment. But that face mask I called that took back the Travis Kelsey touchdown, it literally wasn't a face mask. He touched the dude's helmet on the side, literally the side of his head. He did not even touch the face mask. Period. So I just had to put that out there. Jawan Taylor had a clean game last week. Are we gonna get that Jawan Taylor for this game? I don't know.
Either way, I don't know. I everything in me wants to pick the Cowboys to win it. It's just
Don't you do it? Don't do it.
it's one of those things. Like I don't want to be so dead set on the Chiefs winning it it's
Yeah,
because I'm going to the game, Nick. So
yeah.
you know
That's
what I
fair.
mean?
That's
I
fair.
don't want to be so dead set on them winning it because if I feel that way,
Yeah.
then when
No,
they
I
lose,
got you.
I'm gonna be upset.
Yep.
So, but man, the Eagles just demolished them in the first half. And I don't know, there must have been some momentum switch that allowed the Cowboys to get back in the game. But I do think the Chiefs are a better team and they have a more impressive resume. I mean, I guess the Cowboys beat the Eagles and the Chiefs didn't. So,
That's fair. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but I'll go Chiefs, but I mean, I want to say 31-21.
31-21. Okay. Heck yeah. I like that prediction.
Right, it's time for our little trot around the college football universe.
Last week was pretty boring.
Yeah, I mean all those SEC teams they took a cupcake on their schedule. Um,
Yeah,
let's
the
take a
most
look at the
interesting game was Utah and Kansas State, and it wasn't really a game that mattered because I mean Kansas State has a losing record now, so but
yeah, it was 51-47.
yeah,
Let's just take a look at the college football playoff rankings. We got to preview the scores, I guess. Let's take a look at those scores last week we talked about. Oregon beat USC like we expected.
yeah,
Syracuse demolished Notre Dame 70-7. Oklahoma beat Missouri like we expected. Cincinnati didn't beat. Oh, I think we thought BYU was going to win. I don't know. I can't remember what I said. Vanderbilt beat Kentucky. Texas beat Arkansas. Michigan won. Tennessee beat Florida. Wisconsin upset Illinois. Yeah, I don't really see nothing really big we have to talk about in all honesty. Penn State beat, I can't remember, but they won. They went to 5-6. So they're trying to get to 6-6 on the season, which would be really good for them after all the turmoil they went through.
yeah,
Take a look at the rankings, of course. Ohio State is still at the top, Indiana 2, A&M 3. Georgia moves to 4, Texas Tech 5. Oregon jumps to 6, Ole Miss goes down to 7, Oklahoma's at 8. Notre Dame's still at 9, Alabama is 10, 9-2. It makes sense. BYU sitting at 10-1 in the Big 12, and Miami in the ACC is the 12th ranked team. So everyone's hoping Miami wins the ACC so that they stay in there. You know, if Georgia Tech wins the ACC, I mean, Miami's in trouble because they might get booted out. Another hot topic of discussion is that Miami has beat Notre Dame. And even though Miami has beat Notre Dame, they're not in front of them in the college football playoff rankings simply because Notre Dame lost so early and has had the chance to climb upward. The college football, their committee is obviously showing a bias towards Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, like it's not fair. If Miami beat Notre Dame, they should be in front of them. I mean, put Miami at 9, put Notre Dame at 10, put BYU at 12, Alabama at 11. I mean, either way, like Miami deserves to be in front of Notre Dame. That's the one thing that I think is unfair about the rankings. Everything else, I could take it or leave it. But some teams that are going to make a big fight for this. Utah is playing Kansas. Oh no, are they going to be able to beat the Kansas Jayhawks? Probably.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kansas won't be bowl eligible. They got off to such a good start. They were like 4-2, and I was like, oh, the Jayhawks going to be bowl eligible this year. Nope. Utah's got a good case. Vanderbilt needs a little bit of help. Vanderbilt obviously needs to win, and they need a lot of these SEC teams to lose. They need Oklahoma and Alabama to lose. I mean, if
Hmm.
Vanderbilt wants any shot. Michigan will make things very interesting for themselves if they beat Ohio State on Saturday. Every other team is pretty much out of it.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, I mean, they have 2 losses. They would have to win the ACC championship, but I think Miami wins that game. So that's our look at the college football playoff rankings. And for now, we're now going to take a look at the schedule. Why did I do schedule? I got to go to scores. I always do this. We're going to go, we'll look at the rivalry games. On Friday, there's actually some games. Georgia faces Georgia Tech. So the battle for Georgia.
Hmm.
Georgia Tech could make things really interesting by beating Georgia. Last year, this game went into like quadruple overtime.
Eight overtimes. Yeah, it's a game. That was a game to remember.
I think Georgia Tech could make things really interesting by beating Georgia, but there's a reason Georgia's ranked number 4. It's because they truly are a good team, and they lost one game when they were trying to figure themselves out early in the year. Yeah, I think Georgia wins that game.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I want another one of those overtime type games, but I don't think it happens. I actually think Georgia wins by about 7 points. Yeah.
Indiana's got Purdue for some little Indiana State Championship game. But I mean, Indiana should have no problem with Purdue. They're 0-8 in the Big Ten. Ole Miss is playing Mississippi State in what's called the Egg Bowl, I believe, is what you call the rivalry between these two teams. Um, Ole Miss should have no problem against them. They're 5-6. Arizona's playing Arizona State. That game's in Tempe. Wow, that'd be a nice game to go to. Yeah, that game's in Tempe, and it's just the only reason I brought it up is because I live in Phoenix. Sorry, guys. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't have it doesn't have any effect on the college football playoff or the Big 12. Saturday, we can't forget. It's always the first
You
one.
skipped a big one on Friday. Texas A&M and
Oh,
Texas.
shoot. All right. Texas A&M plays Texas. Texas would still need a lot to happen to get in, even if they beat Texas A&M. Texas A&M is sitting in a good spot at 7-0 in the SEC. They're probably going to go to the SEC championship game, even if they lose it, which is very dangerous because the game's in Austin, Texas. And I mean, if Texas A&M doesn't have to win it, I mean, they might not show up bringing their A game.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree. Yeah, Texas might need this game a lot more. Yeah.
All right, Saturday we got the game, Ohio State versus Michigan.
Ohio State. It's gonna be good though. I
Dude,
think it's
they have
good.
not played anybody. The
You're
o-
you're you're
the
picking
best
Michigan?
the best team they have beat is a team that's ranked behind the team they're playing on Saturday. The best team they have beat is the Texas Longhorns with an 8-3 record. I
Spoiler?
I mean,
Let's
it's
hear it. Let's hear it.
yeah, yeah, my wife's gonna be really upset, but yeah, I'm gonna say it so that I'm wrong, but I actually think Michigan's gonna beat Ohio State for a 5th time.
Wow.
The game's in Michigan, okay?
I mean, yeah.
They got that going for them. The game is Michigan has won the last 4 meetings. Let's just Ohio State is projected to win so heavily, and I mean, they very well might do that. they they just I mean, the best team they've beat is Texas. I mean, you look at the rest of their schedule. I mean, it is just like nobody after nobody. Grambling State, Ohio, Washington, Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin, Penn State, Purdue, UCLA. Every one of these teams is under 500. I'm sorry, but they haven't played anyone since Texas week 1. Let's take a look at Michigan's schedule. I guess Michigan also hasn't really played anyone. They lost to Oklahoma. They beat Purdue, Northwestern, Washington, Nebraska. Man, the Big Ten really is garbage besides Indiana.
Yeah.
Besides Indiana, Ohio State, Michigan, and like USC. I mean, like, it's just that the Big Ten's so big. It's very easy to not play any of those bad teams. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna say both teams are very evenly matched. And well, if Ohio State walks in expecting, for it to be a cupcake, I mean, they're obviously mistaken. Um, and I think, well, one thing I will say about Ohio State is that they really want to get this hunch off their shoulders. They've lost to Michigan the last 4 games. They're pretty upset about it, but they won a national championship last year, so they can't be too upset. Um, I hope I'm wrong, but I think Michigan's going to beat them a fifth time.
Wow.
My wife is probably so mad at me right now. Yeah. Next up, what about you, Nick? What you think Ohio State's going to win?
Think they're gonna win, and I personally don't think it's gonna be that close. I think Ohio State. You're right. They haven't really beat anybody since Texas. This is their week to prove we deserve to be ranked number 1. They're gonna show everybody, and I expect them to win by like 10 to 14 points. But that's just the way I see it. I don't know. I kind of want to see Michigan pull it off. I kind of do, but I just don't see it happening.
I mean, let's be honest. Everyone besides Ohio State wants to see Michigan pull it off.
Yeah,
They're
everybody
going
loves
to
an
game
underdog.
day's going to Ann Arbor. It's no surprise. Um, I mean that's obviously where you need to go. It's
Yeah.
Ohio State, Michigan, man. It's such a good game. It always comes down to one score.
Uh huh.
I just look forward to watching it on Saturday nonetheless. I mean, even if I'm wrong in my prediction.
Uh huh.
Yeah, but Ohio State, I mean, they don't get to go to the Big Ten championship if Michigan wins this game. And it starts to become really questionable for your college football playoff resume if you don't win this game. Because I mean, you have no victories against anyone in the field. You're not playing in the conference championship. I'm sure they'll still go if they lose to Michigan, but it'd be very hard to watch a team move from number 1 to number 13 just from losing one game. So yeah, they'll probably still go if they lose to Michigan.
I think so.
Yeah, probably. There's got to be another big game. Alabama, Auburn, but Auburn's not very good.
No, they're not.
Oregon's facing Washington. There's a chance for an upset right there. Let's see who Texas Tech has got. Oh, I don't even see them. Texas Tech. Oh, they got West Virginia, so
Yeah, no, they got
nothing
that.
too crazy for them.
No.
Miami, Pittsburgh is a big game. Give me Miami
Uh
to win that game. Pittsburgh is so fake, especially after they got dominated by Notre Dame. If Notre Dame beat Pittsburgh, Miami can beat Pittsburgh.
huh. No, I see it the exact same way. Miami's winning this game. I'd be shocked if Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Oh, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, the Tennessee State Championship. The Tennessee State Championship right
Oh,
here. I I sadly think Tennessee's going to win that game.
really? Oh,
I just do. I mean, I love Vanderbilt, but the only team they've really beat is LSU, and LSU has fallen off the wagon.
that's
So
true.
it was so fun to watch Vanderbilt compete for the playoff, but I think Tennessee's going to win now. You got to pick a few underdogs here and there.
You do. It's it, thing is, I think I agree with you, but I'm rooting for Vanderbilt. I am. Tennessee's probably gonna win this game.
Notre Dame's got Stanford. Will Stanford make the rest of the country happy and throw out a team that doesn't deserve to be in the college football playoff from a resume standpoint? From a performance standpoint, you can say differently, but from a resume standpoint, doesn't deserve to. Notre Dame probably takes care of business, let's be honest. Yeah, so the two big games are Ohio State, Michigan, Miami, Pittsburgh, because if Miami loses, they're in trouble. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, because if Vanderbilt can win, they stay in contention. Every other game, there's team at Texas A&M, Texas, Georgia Tech, and Georgia. But yeah, give me Texas A&M to beat Texas. Georgia will beat Georgia Tech. I think Michigan. I'm just gonna pick Michigan over Ohio State because you just gotta. That's where my intuition is leading me. But Tennessee over Vanderbilt, and then I mean I don't know why I said Notre Dame, Stanford. Notre Dame will win that game.
Yeah, Notre Dame's winning without a doubt.
Wow, I didn't realize how close I was to my webcam for the past like 5 minutes.
You're
Um,
good.
all right. We knocked out that portion. No best bets. Use your money to go Black Friday shopping. We'll do a very brief scouting report because I mean we've been on here for long enough. First up, we got the
Yeah,
Black Friday game, Eagles Bears. I believe it's at Lincoln Financial.
I'm pretty sure it
They're
is.
wearing black for Black Friday. The Eagles are.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, it's at Lincoln
See,
Financial. Um, I don't think the Eagles, they're pissed after what happened last Sunday. So I think the Eagles will be just way too physical for the Bears, and their defense will get to Caleb Williams. Um, give me the Eagles to win 26-10.
wow. See, I'm actually gonna disagree here. Uh, the Eagles are just not good enough on offense. This Bears team knows how to score points. This Eagle team doesn't, and I expect the Da Bears, to come into Philadelphia and get the W on Black Friday, 27-23. Yeah.
Rams Panthers. Panthers are proving they're pretenders. Getting dominated by the San Francisco 49ers, even after Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions in one half, and you're
Yeah.
not winning the half. I mean, I just don't get it. If you need any way to show you're not going to make the postseason, that's the best way. I think the Rams take this one pretty easily, 34-7.
34. Wow. I see something very similar. The Rams are, in my opinion, the best team in football right now. Matthew Stafford looks like he might take that MVP award, and yeah, I'm gonna go Rams 30, Panthers 16.
We got Giants Patriots Monday Night Football. We're not doing Sunday night, guys, because it's Broncos Commanders. Just not a very high quality game.
No.
So we chose to go with Giants Patriots on Monday Night Football because we wanted to bring attention to Jameis Winston and the impressive performance he had. The Patriots, though, this game's at Foxborough Stadium. Patriots are 10-2. For me personally, I don't see the Patriots sleeping over this one. It's Monday night, so you got an extra night to prepare. And this is the game right before their bye week. So they know that if they just like sell out for this one game, they're going to have a week off. So, I think the Patriots win. Jameis Winston probably throws 2 interceptions. If I had to pick a money line, I'd say Jameis Winston over to throw an interception. I think they win. Probably not high scoring. Just 23-10.
I'm gonna say 26-13. 26-13 just because the Patriots are. They don't sleep on anybody this year. They don't do it. They know how to win comfortably. They're just the
You
better
got
team
that
right now.
right. You
Yeah.
got that right. I mean,
Yeah.
they're dominating their week schedule, which is all you can ask a team to do.
That's right.
Play
I
weak
mean,
opponents and beat them by 10 points or more. I mean, you can't ask.
exactly. Exactly. They don't sleep on anybody. It's like they don't have to blow people out of the water, but yeah. 26-13. Yeah, that's the way I see it. Jameis Winston has his moments, but it's not going to happen this week.
You think Jackson Dart gets a wildcat snap or two?
Yeah, because the Giants, they don't have anything to lose. They're like, I believe I saw it, they're one game away from official elimination, so like they have nothing to lose, and it's like they might try some fun plays just cause.
Yeah.
But
No, they are eliminated.
they're officially eliminated.
They're 2-10, man.
I mean, but
They're
officially,
they're a first to be officially because they've played 12 games. I mean, New York, Cleveland, a lot of other teams will probably be eliminated next week. But since they've played 12 games and they're 2-10, they're the first team to be eliminated.
yeah.
And that's one of the many ways that football is more
More
than
than
a
a
Game.
Game. Let's go. We're getting that down.
I'm Brock Jameson, and this is my co-host, Nick Poland. Tune in next week as we will discuss the divisional champions. Hopefully after some matchups this weekend, there's a little more controversy. So we'll discuss divisional champs next weekend. We hope you have a very splendid Thanksgiving. Nick, what is it, pecan pie or pumpkin pie for you?
Pumpkin.
Pecan.
Absolutely.
I'm a big pecan pie guy.
Really?
I mean, I love that turtle. I mean, it's just so sweet. And so we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving full of turkey, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, mac and cheese. Everyone makes mac and cheese now for Thanksgiving because it's such a great dish.
It deserves to be on that table.
It's you got to fight for your right to party,
Yeah.
and mac and cheese has definitely done that.
Yep.
We wish you the best of luck this weekend. We'll see you next Wednesday. Good luck this weekend. Have a happy Thanksgiving, cheering on your favorite teams Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.